Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Well, we wanted to get back to the top three things that buyers need to know, and it's the new year, so it's the time to stop shopping for homes, right?
Welcome back.
Yeah, thank
Yeah.
you. You too.
Yeah.
Well, it's been fun. It's been a fun holiday season, and now it's time to get to work, right?
Yeah.
I mean, this is the season where we all make all of our money, I think, where all the work we put in over the last quarter starts to pay off now.
And a lot of planning. You know, I just left a lunch talking about planning and I thought it was going to be a slow January. I'm super busy, which is great. And so, who knows? But, get your plans done, get your goals done, write them out, highly encourage it. But we're going to support you in what you need to know for buyers right now.
All right, so the top three things that buyers need to know, let's just get into it. It's not too late for a deal in January. January is like your last time to get one, and there's a few reasons why. So take a look at this. This is the showing traffic behind us. If you look at the orange line, that was 2022. So this is all the way through the end of the year, and if you can see over my big head here, you can actually see that January starts off to the races with showing traffic. So people are getting out there and they're starting to see houses, but the last 2 months of the year are generally kind of where things fall off. So before February 1st, we still have a little bit of a chance to get out there before everybody's out shopping and everybody's listing homes. And this is kind of like your last window, right?
Yeah, because you can see so we've got, what are this? 2020, 2021, and 2022.
Yep.
And all 3 years, the showings increased from here until like mid-February.
Yeah, and then last year, we saw it slow down a little bit earlier, like March timeframe, where normally it would be booming showings all the way into May. So this is a really good kind of concept of spring markets bring a lot of buyers, they bring a lot of sellers. Everybody kind of comes to the table to try to make things happen. And anyone that can't get stuff to happen in the spring then goes into June, July, and then into the fall. And then unless you have to move over the holidays, nobody moves over the holidays. So that's kind of like our traditional seasonality.
Look at this graph. Look at right below my head. It shows that's the 2020. Remember that? It's crazy.
They shut us down. They literally wouldn't let us do anything.
It's just crazy to see it on a graph. So I love this graph a lot.
Yeah, this is a fun one. So I like to share that from time to time. Number two, what about days in the MLS are the highest in January? So that means that it takes the longest for a house to go under contract. So that's a really good sign for buyers, right? Because it allows them to shop a little bit and see some stuff. But if you don't take advantage of it in January, it's going to trend down super fast. And you can see that here. Let me move us out of the way a little bit so we can talk about this. But you can really see that in a traditional year, days in MLS start the highest in January and they trend down all the way through May and June. Right. And then that's the fastest part of the market. And then they trend back up slowly all the way into December. So it's kind of a horseshoe, right? And the one thing you need to know as a buyer is the more days in MLS, the better chance you are to be able to shop around, look for what you want, get what you want, and have to compete with less people, right?
Yeah. And what I'm seeing with my buyers right now is that the sellers are tired. They're tired. They're exhausted. Some of them are willing to come and play ball, but I'm seeing a lot of price negotiations and concession negotiations. That's such a great place to be as a buyer. I really believe, I talked about it this morning, I really believe that it's going to be either or. It's going to be either price concessions or price reduction or seller concession for the closing costs. So we'll see what happens to that. But this average days, once it starts coming down, we're going to see that the buyers aren't going to have as much negotiation.
Absolutely. And I think that every month from now through the middle of the year, you're going to see that. So the other thing is that listed sale price. And we've talked about this in the past where the percentage listed sale price doesn't include seller concessions, but it does give you a good pulse on just how well you can negotiate as a buyer. And this is the best negotiating power you've had in December since 2012. And so that being said, couple that with those seller concessions and people have gotten the best bargains they could hope for. Now, they didn't miss the boat because you can see the last couple of years have really been the anomaly here where people are off to the races and getting bidding wars in January. Traditionally, you kind of see that at that 98% range. We're still kind of fueling up for springtime, right? So that's a good sign. All right. Well, let's skip over to our third point. What about beat the spring market, start shopping early, buyer competition increases quickly in the springtime?
It always does. You know, the big thing is kids and schools and things like that. And open enrollment comes out. Open enrollment is normally in February. So if people are going to be moving, you know, their kids in a different school district, that starts the whole buying process. Also, the weather gets better. People are like, hey, it's spring. It's nice. I'm tired of the snow. I'm going to go
That's
look
right.
for houses.
Yeah.
And open houses are more frequent as well.
Exactly. You can see it here. So this is the under contracts. So the pending numbers would be kind of where we stand, right? We were down 32% from this time last year in December, but that shouldn't really surprise anyone because those were 2 years that were kind of pretty anomalies to the norm. We're really back on track with our 2018 numbers. So if we even look at those 2018 numbers and kind of compare that 2019 maybe to what we should expect coming into this winter market as we're in, we're going to see quite a bit more under contract in January. So buyers are going to come out, but they don't really hit their stride until maybe March. So you really have some time here to put some stuff under contract in January and February before everybody comes to market. And there's twice as much inventory right now. So that's a really good sign for buyers comparatively, right? We're not anywhere near the inventory we need.
Yeah. And if you look at the purple, that's the 2018. And then I look at the 2019 right behind it, it goes up, you know, and every year it seems to go up besides the 2020 year. COVID.
Absolutely. So what do buyers need to know about interest rates right now?
So interest rates took a little hit last week. We lost some ground that we were hoping to keep it going, keeping the momentum going. We're going to get some jobs reports coming out on Friday. So there's been a little bit of volatility, but right now, when you look at up means good, down means bad. If you look for the past 1, 2, 3, 4 days, we've been trending upwards. So we're not in a locking position right now. We're going to see how far we can ride that out. Hopefully get the jobs report, inflation report this month, and hopefully rates will start to improve. But we'll look at the forecast for rates this year. You know, I try not to be too focused on rates. I know that's my job, is to get everybody the best rate and all of that. But, you know, I don't see it getting drastically better anytime real soon.
Unfortunately, that does seem to be what we're looking at. Here's a look at rates. So tell us a little bit about this and what we're seeing here.
Yeah, so we dipped down to maybe the high fives for a minute. And now we lost some ground. We're probably back in the low sixes.
It's good to see. Yeah, this is like nationwide averages on, we put a $400,000 loan limit in here. So obviously around here, things are a little different.
Yeah. And a lot of people are talking about ARMs right now. You can see right here, the ARM rate is 6.25. I think you got to move your head.
I can do that.
Okay. So the ARM rate right here is about 6.25. The ARMs are not performing drastically better. And when you think about like what's a quarter point difference,
I mean, there's a good reason why.
Yeah, because they're going to be refinanced out. Yeah. So, you know, keep the conversations about ARMs going, but I just am such a fan of the 3-2-1 buy down, the 2-1 buy down. They get those rates down. If you have a 3-2-1 buy down, and you can negotiate that in right now as a buyer, you can get, if the rate's 6.45, you can get it down 3% for the first year. So that's 3.45%.
And then it feels like buying last year.
Right. And you're not going to, I mean, that's not going to be negotiable. I think that the buy downs are going to go away March or April. That's been my prediction.
Probably.
Because there's going to be more buyers, more competition, that the sellers aren't going to have to pay for a 3-2-1 or a 2-1 buy down. So there's no scenario where I see us getting in the 3s and the 4s anytime soon. So the buy down is the only way that people will have that lower payment and that lower rate right now.
All right. Well, hopefully this camera will adjust. We can see ourselves. Thank you for joining us today. We're going to get into sellers next week, and then we'll talk about investors. And you're going to see us a lot. So hopefully you're not sick of us yet. We'll keep bringing you fresh new information and talking points to work with your clients, but hang in there with us. And of course, we always want to be your resources.
Yeah. Reach out to us anytime. Do you text?
I text all the time.
All the time. Call us.
I'm actually really bad about answering voicemails, but I'm really good at text.
Really good at texting. Yeah. So reach out to us anytime. We're here to help, and hope you have a great weekend.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.